Have you ever put your phone down and suddenly felt anxious for no clear reason? Your heart feels a little faster. Your chest feels tight. Your mind feels alert but scattered, like it's waiting for something. That feeling isn't random. Your brain is panicking because it's been trained to. Not by trauma, not by weakness, but by repetition. And the training tool is something most people use every single day. Doomscrolling. Doomscrolling doesn't feel dangerous while you're doing it. You're not in crisis. You're not overwhelmed. You're just scrolling through updates, headlines, and opinions. But inside your brain, something very specific is happening. Your nervous system is constantly scanning for threat. And every alarming headline, every argument, every story about disaster reinforces the same message. The world is unstable. Stay alert. Don't relax. You may not consciously feel afraid, but your body is preparing as if you should be. The human brain evolved to survive in dangerous environments. For most of history, being alert meant staying alive. The problem is that this survival system was never designed to process endless information. Your brain doesn't distinguish between a physical threat and repeated information about threat. It reacts to patterns, not context. So when you repeatedly expose yourself to bad news, conflict, and uncertainty, your stress response activates again and again. Not enough to cause panic, but enough to prevent calm. Over time, this low-level activation becomes your default state. Stress itself isn't the enemy. When stress happens occasionally, your nervous system activates and then recovers. But when stress happens constantly, recovery never fully occurs. Your brain adapts to what it experiences most, and eventually, tension feels normal. This is how panic becomes your baseline. You're no longer reacting to danger when it appears. You're living as if danger is always nearby. This is why anxiety often feels vague, constant, and hard to explain. Doomscrolling works through conditioning. You scroll, you encounter something threatening. Your body tightens slightly. Then you scroll again. Your brain learns through repetition, not logic. So even when you know you're safe, your nervous system doesn't respond to reassurance. It responds to patterns. This is why anxiety can feel irrational. It isn't irrational. It's learned. This conditioning shows up in subtle ways. Difficulty focusing. Mental noise that never quiets down. Feeling exhausted but unable to rest. A constant sense that something is wrong, even when nothing is. These symptoms don't mean something is broken. They mean your nervous system has been stuck in threat mode for too long. So why is it so hard to stop? Because uncertainty feels worse than bad news. Your brain prefers known danger over unknown safety. Scrolling feels responsible. It feels like staying informed. But neurologically, you're feeding the very system that keeps you anxious. The habit feels protective. The effect is the opposite. There's another reason doomscrolling is so draining. Most real threats have an ending. Fight or flee, then recovery. But the threats you scroll through never resolve. No conclusion. No relief. Just the next headline. And then the next. Your brain stays alert, waiting for an ending that never comes. Doomscrolling creates an illusion, the feeling that you're preparing, that if something bad happens, you'll be ready. But information doesn't equal readiness. In fact, constant exposure without action does the opposite. It drains your energy. It dulls your focus. And it convinces your brain that danger is constant and unavoidable. This is why modern anxiety often feels blurry. You're not afraid of one thing. You're responding to hundreds. Arguments, predictions, worst-case scenarios. Your nervous system can't prioritize them. So it treats all of them as background danger. Everywhere. All the time. The key isn't avoiding information forever. It's teaching your nervous system that it doesn't need to stay on guard all day. Your brain learns safety the same way it learned threat, through repetition. When you delay news exposure, even by an hour, you're not being irresponsible. You're giving your nervous system time to reset. When you choose when to consume information, instead of letting it interrupt you, your brain starts to feel a sense of control again. And control is one of the strongest signals of safety. This is why small boundaries matter more than drastic detoxes. You don't need to quit the internet. You need to interrupt the pattern. Because every moment of calm you allow is a moment your brain relearns that nothing bad is happening right now. If you've been feeling tense for months or years, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means your brain has been doing exactly what it was trained to do. React. Prepare. Stay alert. But the world you're reacting to isn't the world in front of you. It's the world your screen keeps showing you. And when you change that input, you don't just change your mood, you change your baseline. Here's a simple experiment. Tomorrow morning, don't reach for your phone right away. Sit with the quiet for just 2 minutes. No stimulation, no information. Just notice your body. Notice how long it takes before urgency appears. That urgency isn't intuition. It's conditioning. And the moment you notice it, without obeying it, the retraining begins. So here are the key takeaways. You don't need constant information to stay safe. You need a nervous system that knows when it can rest. Because calm isn't weakness. A regulated brain sees danger more clearly and responds better. If this helped you see your mind a little more clearly, consider liking the video so more people can find it. And if you're curious about how your brain really works, subscribe to Knowing Humans. Share this with someone who might need a calmer perspective today.